Hi guys. We're just gonna wait for everyone to come in and yeah. Hi. Okay, Ritu, give me a shout out when we can start. So, good morning, everyone. It is the 11th day. 11th day is it of the lockdown, and I hope everyone's doing well and safe indoors with your family. Today, firstly, I'd like to thank the Mills. You guys are such a great community. It's so great to be here. And a big shout out to Ritu for being such a lovely person, for being this ball of amazing energy. So Ritu, thank you so much. And we can get started as soon as we have some heads up from Ritu. So today we're going to be doing a couple of things. We'll talk about energy, we will do a guided meditation, and especially during this lockdown period, it's such a great time to sit back and really understand energy and think about what's really happening in our outer world and our inner world. So I think it's a great time to think about that, and I am going to wait for Ritu for her shout out for me to start with. Okay, so cool. Let's get started. We're gonna start. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna do, we're gonna talk about energy, and we're gonna do a quick guided meditation. But first, we're gonna start with some deep breathing, and this is just so that everybody who's come in. We want to just tune into the class as a group, and if we were doing this physically, we would be more present. So just so that we can tune out of whatever we were doing and just tune into the session right now. That'll be great. So we're gonna do 4-5 quick deep breathing, and just let go of all the thoughts and energy that we had before we started this. So I think everybody who's sitting can sit, everybody who's standing should sit down, and if you're lying down, that's perfectly fine. So we're going to start with a couple of deep breaths. Please do this with me. 4, 5, 6 counts, and then hold, and then breathe out. Feel free to breathe out with your mouth and release all the energy. So breathe in again, a deep breath. And let's do the third one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, let's take a really deep breath and a really deep breath out, in and out. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, and out. Okay, I think we're ready to start. So today's topic is energy, and we're going to talk about what energy means, what it can do, and how it really affects us. So what does energy really mean? Energy, when we talk about energy in class, it can mean, energy for fuel, how our cars run, or energy bar, energy drinks. But let's just understand what really is energy, and what do we mean by energy. So feel free to post your comments if you have thoughts, and if we get a chance, we can really go through that also and engage in what you think energy means. So basically what we can understand from energy is it's a fuel that really creates your reality, and it is it's like how we say you give energy to someone or something, and that becomes bigger. So there's a very interesting thing which says energy flows where attention goes. So the more attention we give to something or someone, the more we magnify it, and hence, that being said, we can actually change or use energy to our advantage. So let's just try and understand more about what really is energy, and and how it can really create our reality. So for people who are not aware of how energy affects us, everything is energy. From a thought is energy, or there is energy in my tea, energy in a book. So today's topic is energy, and we're going to talk about what energy means, what it can do, and how it really affects us. So what does energy really mean? Energy, when we talk about energy in class, it can mean, energy for fuel, how our cars run, or, energy bar, energy drinks. But, let's just understand what really is energy, and, what do we mean by energy? So feel free to post your comments if you have thoughts, and if we get a chance, we can really go through that also and engage in what you think energy means. So basically what we can understand from energy is it's a fuel that really creates your reality, and it is it's like how we say you give energy to someone or something, and that becomes bigger. So there's a very interesting thing which says energy flows where attention goes. So the more attention we give to something or someone, the more we magnify it. And hence, that being said, we can actually change or use energy to our advantage. Let's just try and understand more about what really is energy, and it and how it can really create our reality. So for people who are not aware of how energy affects us, everything is energy. From a thought is energy, or there is energy in my tea, there is energy in a cigarette, there is energy in a book, there is energy in words. How many of you have really heard a very harsh word and felt something? So what you feel is actually energy, and if the word is harsh, then you feel negative energy. Similarly, if a parent or loved ones or someone says I love you, that's got a good energy, and that makes us feel good. So words have energy, thoughts have energy, and actions have energy. So the idea is really to understand how energy is not just a physical force of a hug or a slap, but energy can really go back to a word and to a thought. So energy starts with a thought. Everything that we are today, including the color of our eyes and the color of our skin, our height, our reality, each and everything is created by our own energy and our own thought. So this may seem a little bizarre to understand, that how did one thought of mine create the color of my eyes? But it's actually true. On a larger scale of things, we can, if we look deep down within, there is a lot of energy which puts thought into motion. Thought into motion becomes words, and words into motions become actions, and actions form habit, and habit forms your reality. So if I am in a habit of thinking that something wrong or bad is going to happen to me, the chances of me attracting that is higher. It's a very relevant example in these times, because what happens is we worry a lot, and when we worry and when we are anxious, for those of you who don't know, anxiety actually drops our immune system significantly, and it's because anxiety directly affects our immunity. We are more susceptible to something going wrong in our body. There's a very interesting study which I'm going to show you, and you can maybe take a screenshot of that a little later, where we try and understand how different things, different emotions have energy. Okay, so we've spoken about how thought has energy. Everything that we think has a ripple effect which you can't see electricity, you can't see energy of a thought. Similarly, you can't see energy of an emotion, but then sooner or later you see it in an action, you see it in a facial expression, you see it in words. Everything comes from that. So again, to reiterate, there's energy, there's thought, there's emotion, there's word, there's action, and then there's your reality. So if we come back, we can change our energy and we can change our reality. I want to talk about a little bit about emotions and how we actually give energy to different emotions, and different emotions have different energy and how they impact us. So for example, if I am at work and I've had a really hard day and I feel really stressed, that emotion of stress has an energy to it. So in a more refined language, we talk about it in terms of frequencies and vibration. So that energy has a frequency and a vibration. So if you are vibrating at a very low frequency, your energy is low, your vibration frequency is low, the chances are your reality is going to be in a very low state of being. You're not going to reach a very high state of what you can do potentially with yourself. So the idea is to understand, why should I not be stressed? Instead, what can I do about it, and what vibration do I throw out to attract that vibration? So I think a lot of you may be familiar with the idea that like attracts like. So, imagine that this is a vibration or frequency spectrum, and if you're vibrating here, you will attract only this layer. If you increase your vibration, if you vibrate here, you will attract everything there in this set of, vibration area. If you are here and if you like something here, how do you get from here to there? When your vibration is so low. So the idea is to improve your vibration, get here, and then basically all of these things that you wish are accessible to you. To understand that, let's understand what is here and what is here. So all the negative emotions that we feel are low, and all the positive emotions that we feel are high. Now this is not just a theoretical, happy thought. But it is actually scientifically proven, and we have some data and some numbers for that, which I'll show you soon. Actually, I'll just pull this out and I'll show it to you. Let's see if I can. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, and I'll show you this later to screenshot it. But all these emotions are the lower emotions, and all these emotions are the higher emotions. So what do we have here? So we have shame, guilt, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage, willingness, and then we go up: acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. So this is actually like a study done, and this is a very widely accepted frequency range given to each emotion. So if you see, shame is right down here. So if someone's feeling shame, they are actually at this level of vibration, and if you want to achieve something of courage, that's here. So we have to improve this spectrum to really get there. One quick thing about understanding what is negative and what is positive. So the very interesting thing is, we all understand that theoretically that anger is negative, hate is negative, what else? But a lot of things which we project towards other people, like anger and hate, we see it as, and we understand it as negative. There's so much negative that we put inside us, and which is actually internally projected, which we don't realize is negative. So shame, guilt, fear, worry. So if my mother is constantly worried for me, I mean, she actually loves me and she's worried about me and my well-being, but she's actually living in a state of a negative vibration, because that stress, worry, fear that something bad might happen. And when you stay in that state, you cannot, elevate to a high level and experience the good state of being. So one very important thing to understand is, what are these negative emotions? We know hate and anger is negative, but did we really know that guilt is really negative? Shame is really negative. So if I've made a mistake as a child and if I'm ashamed of myself as an adult or as a child, that is a negative, extremely negative state to be in, and it's a really negative vibration, and negative vibrations affect us physically, emotionally, and the idea is to not be in that negative state. Not because it's morally incorrect or correct, it's because it's the only sensible thing to do. Only when we are at a high vibration will we be able to give out that high vibration to others as well and to ourselves. So if we are low, all we can give to others is that low vibration. So that was really important to understand about what is high, what is low, to be able to change it if we want to. We're gonna go into the next area, which is the energy body. So we spoke about how everything has energy, right? So it's not just our thought, our feeling, our action, my cup of tea, 2 watermelons. So basically, if you put down 2 watermelons, you can actually scan the energy of each watermelon and be like, okay, I want to check whether this one is sweeter or this one is sweeter. And energy scanners who are really equipped to do that, they can actually do it in a snap of a second, and they can be like, this one is sweeter. So the point is, everything has an energy body around it, and there's probably a lag here. No, okay, we're good. Yeah. So everything has an energy body around it, and it's very interesting how when we start working with energy, the first body which is affected is not our physical body but our energy body. So have you ever felt like I feel feverish, I feel like fever is coming? So that means your physical body doesn't have fever, but it is the energy body which has already received that fever, and it's only a matter of time that it will come into your physical body. Similarly, when we heal and when we do good things, we may not feel it at a snap of a second and immediately, but it is first it enters the energy body, and then we work with that. So a detailed version of different studies show how we have 4 or 5 energy bodies, which is the etheric body, the astral body. The astral body is one of the bodies that travels when we sleep. So it's not like spooky or supernatural. It's just a matter of fact. There is science behind it. This is not artificial random thought experiments. But basically you can read up about astral body, where when we go off to sleep, the astral body actually wakes up and it's present in the room, or it can even travel to different universes, and that's completely normal. It's just how your experience, so your sleep, how sound your sleep is, etc., is also affected by your energy body, which is one of the energy bodies is the astral body. We're not going to get into that. That's a larger topic. But long story short, there is us, the human being, and there is a higher self. Now different people use different words for it, but that higher self, or that deep inner consciousness, is actually just a reservoir of purer energy, which knows better, is smarter, more wisdom, more expansive. And we have access to that. It's just that we've forgotten, or we have done low energy things that we are disconnected from it. So basically another advantage of being here is the more here you are, the more connected you are to your that pool of divine energy. If I'm here, I cannot really connect to that pool of divine energy. Why do we need to connect to that pool of divine energy? If have you heard of stories where someone was just sitting one day and then this beautiful symphony came to that person, or this beautiful crazy idea came to that person? Where did it come from? It's really interesting, and again you can read about it, but it comes from that pool of infinite love, intelligence and will energy, which is some people call it God. It's basically infinite sources of these elements, which is broadly love, power, which is willpower, power, personal power, power in general, and the third one is intelligence or knowledge. So the idea is, the higher we vibrate, the more we are connected to our higher self, the more we are connected to that pool of energy, and the better decisions we can make and the better life we can live. And we don't have to be stuck in that rut of a low energy vibration, which is not good for anybody, for us or people around us. Next, so this was about the energy body. Now we want to talk about one last thing, which is, have you guys heard about this thing where a lot of people practice gratitude journals? So how does the gratitude journal or the feeling of gratitude fit in over here? It's a feeling. It's a feeling of gratitude. What does the feeling of gratitude, what energy is it? It is high energy. So it's in this spectrum. So the more gratitude we feel, the more our vibration is higher. Another thing, I don't know if I mentioned, is if we are in lower CPS of vibrations and frequencies, then our life gets harder and solutions coming to us is harder, vibrating at a higher frequency. So you know how people say in a difficult time you should be calm and not worry and panic. What does that mean in the energy field? It means if you are panicking in a difficult time, you are not vibrating at a higher level. That means you are shutting the door and the access to the good ideas. While if you're calm, you have the access to that expansive knowledge better. So that's the whole thing. And gratitude, is very similar. Where basically it's when is it hard or important to be grateful? That's it's easy to be grateful when we are living a great life. Why is it important to be grateful in a hard time? Is because that's exactly when we feel that there's nothing to be grateful about. What are the 3 things you're grateful about today? Nothing. My day sucked. I don't have help to help me here. I don't have food to eat. My work is crazy. Everybody is so busy. Nobody loves me. I'm not grateful for anything. Will anything good happen in my life? Will I change my job? Will my job get better? Will I make more money? Will I ever lose weight? Will I ever look better? Will I attract the right person in my life? I'm not grateful for anything. That's exactly when we need to practice gratitude. And practicing gratitude can be as simple as I'm so grateful I have eyes. I'm so grateful I have hands and legs that do what they're supposed to do. And of course, we can start with that and really later start appreciating the little things that we need to be grateful for. Why is this important? This is important because when we are in a situation where we feel not grateful for anything, we are in a low vibration of feeling stuck, feeling fear, anxiety, worry, frustration, and those are all again low vibrational energies, and that's not going to help us get to a high vibrational place. Hence, a quick fix and an easy way to get out and switch to a high vibrational frequency is practice gratitude. The moment you do that, your energy shifts. Next time, how to make energy shifts, these quick fun experiments you guys can do, and we'll start the meditation in a bit, but I just want to leave you with a couple of thoughts of how you can, experience a shift in energy, and what I'm talking about is shift in vibration. Next time you're in a really bad, experiencing a bad time, think of 3 things you're grateful for. That's one thing you can do. The next thing you can do is actually, the deep breathing, which people talk about, and really breathe from your stomach. There are a lot of, people online going live these days and, talking about breath work and how breath work helps you shift your vibration. It helps you reconnect and shift your vibration and normalize it. What else can you do? Fun experiment. If you are, catch yourself in the middle of a really crappy thought, pause for 5 seconds and take the name of your mother or father or your child. Why? And see how you feel. You might just start feeling very pleasant. The feeling of the mental association you have with your parent, father, mother, child, loved one, is that of which has very accumulative positive energy deep down stored within you. So you can really tap into that, take that person's name, refer to a thought which is a happy thought, and that will pull you into another vibration, and you'll experience it. So experience energy, experience vibration next time, and see how a high vibration is actually makes you a smarter, more effective person, with better tools, access to better tools, better thoughts that the infinite knowledge can give you. So that's about it about talking about energy. I think I wanted to cover a couple of other things very quickly, which is the chakras. Now Hindu, Vedic sciences and different practices, they all talk about chakras. 7 major chakras. There are a lot of minor chakras as well, but very important. Just gonna name them and why. Just like we have heart, lungs, liver as organs in the energy body, these are the organs of the energy body, and they are the chakras. They are the storehouses where energy is stored maximum. So if I smoke a lot of cigarettes, my lung is going to get affected, right? That's obviously body is going to get affected, but lung is that organ which gets affected the most. So if I go through a breakup, my heart chakra will get affected, which is the organ which is associated to that. So every chakra is associated to, has a job to do, like a heart has a job to do. So even the chakras have certain jobs to do. They are to do with the physical body and even to the emotional body. So simple, heart chakra, what is the job, emotional job of the heart chakra? To love and kindness, not just to a romantic partner, but to the world in general. So Mother Teresa would be like, someone with a huge heart chakra, because she was so kind and compassionate. So that's the physical role of a heart chakra would be to take care of the heart, the organ. Similarly, this is the crown chakra. This is like the higher, chakra, which connects us to the divine or to our higher self. This is the third eye chakra, which sets vision and clarity. So if I feel really blocked and I don't know what's going to happen, that it gets affected. This is the throat chakra, which is all these chakras. I'm just giving like a very shortcut explanation to it. There's a lot to do with each chakra, which we can go into later. But the throat chakra is basically to voice out your opinion, it's also a center of higher creativity. So if I don't do anything creative and my life is completely mechanical, this gets blocked. Then we have the heart chakra, of course, for love and kindness, and then we have the just below the above the navel and below the heart chakra, we have the solar plexus chakra, which is to do with personal power. And if I feel very powerless and very subdued, that's the chakra to work with. Then after that, so that's 1, 2, 3, heart is 4, 5 is solar, 6 is the sex chakra or the sacral chakra, which of course takes care of the sexual organs of the body, and it's also the seat of lower creation. So reproduction is also creation. And then we have the root chakra, which is the last chakra. It's a really important chakra. It keeps us rooted on earth. So if it's basically all the roti kapra makan, material needs, security. So if I shift houses, cities, jobs or whatever, I feel very insecure about, what I'm going to do in life, how my money is going to come in, or, all of that. So that's the root chakra to work with. Why is it important to know about chakras? Because all the chakras, they are energy centers, and that's how it ties back into our conversation today. And then of course we have the aura, which is the auric field of our body. Everything has an aura, even like a glass, even a non-living thing has an aura. So there are different layers of the aura, and then we're not going to get into that today. And so that's just to give you an understanding, and I wanted to tell you about chakras, especially because we're going to do a quick meditation. And that meditation is going to be going to need you to know about 2 chakras. One is the crown chakra. You just have to know that this is your crown chakra, and you just have to know that this is where your heart chakra is. That's it. So a lot of practices talk about chakras. Some of them are pranic healing, Reiki, all of them, Hindu Vedic sciences talk about the chakras. So now I think we can get into a variation of this meditation called the twin heart meditation. It is not a romantic meditation just because it has the words twin heart in it. It means twin heart. This is the heart of your spiritual world, and this is the heart of your physical world. So we're going to do a meditation where we're going to open up this chakra and this chakra. So all the amazing ideas and all the amazing blessings can come to you. And you can also feel really, a lot of love and kindness, because only when we feel that state and love and kindness, because it's like very high vibration, only then can we vibrate at a good energy level and really bring out the best version of ourselves, right? So I'm going to pause to, so you can take a screenshot of this if you like. And next time you are in any of these emotions, you know where you are. Yeah? So, okay. So you can check yourself and correct it. Okay. So we have the twin heart meditation. I'm going to quickly go take you through what it's going to be like. I'm going to be speaking, and you'll have to shut your eyes and just follow me. Yeah, and I'm going to start talking a little slowly so that we get into meditation zone and not talk so fast. And if everyone's ready, please do shut your eyes, get comfortable. You can lie down, you can sit. If you're sitting, your back has to be straight. And so that, why your back has to be straight? So that the energy flow doesn't get slouchy and get stuck in different parts of your body. We don't want energy, more energy stuck here, less energy stuck there. We don't want that. We want a good flow. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to explain bits and pieces of why certain things were done, and because of our explanation in class today, you will understand why small techniques that we're doing in this meditation are so useful. So yeah, I'm going to just sip this, and we can get started. So please get comfortable. You want to shut the lights, you can do that. You want to lie down, you can do that. And okay, shut your eyes, and we want to let go of all the stress and all the thoughts and all the noise that we heard, the words that we heard and felt just before entering this room, and let that slide. It's okay if they come into our heads. Take a deep breath. We are now going to invoke for divine blessing. Even if you don't believe in God, you can invoke for blessing from a higher power. And connect your tongue to the palate. So if you can, roll your tongue and touch it to the top of the roof of your mouth. Now we're going to think of a very happy moment, and take your time. Think of a happy moment. Re-experience the sweetness of this happy moment. Feel it in your heart chakra. Feel your heart opening up and expanding. Say words of love and kindness to your heart. See your heart respond with love and kindness. Now, think of another happy moment. Re-experience the sweetness of this happy moment, and using this happy moment, open your crown chakra. Imagine your crown chakra becoming bright with light and very good energy. You are smiling. You are filled with love and joy. Now raise your hands with your hands facing outwards. Your hands should be in front of your heart, facing outwards in a blessing position. We are going to imagine planet Earth in front of us and bless the Earth. The more we bless Earth, we are a part of Earth, and we are also blessing ourselves. We are going to use the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi and bless the Earth, and pray that wherever there is hatred, let me feel love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let us bring hope. Feel this energy going out from your hand. Feel golden energy, golden light going out from your hand to Earth to bless Earth. Imagine all the darkness is turning into light. All the sadness into joy. Bless the Earth. Now, put your hands down. Imagine a star or a brilliant white light on the crown of your head, a little above the crown of your head. We're going to chant Om 3 times silently in our heads, and when there is gap between the two Oms, meditate on the light above your crown, that star above your crown. Feel the energy coming from it through your crown into your entire body. Silently do 3 Oms. Raise your hands again in a blessing posture, the way we did before. Imagine the earth again. You may have downloaded a lot of energy from the divine, and now we are going to release the excess energy in our body to the earth again. Imagine all the extra energy that you don't need going into earth and blessing earth. Imagine all the extra energy leaving the tip of your spine or from the base of your feet and going into planet Earth and blessing Mother Earth 3 feet into the ground. Put your hands down. You can meditate in silence for 1 or 2 minutes. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Okay? Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed your meditation today, and I hope you got to know a little bit more about energy than you knew before. And yes, this was, as I said, this was an abridged, very quick version, inspired by the Twin Heart meditation of pranic healing. where some of the techniques are used, but just to give you a sense of how it works. And there's, Reiki, pranic healing, they all talk about very, very similar practices. Their tools are slightly different, but the idea is the same. So every doctor is still going to tell you about the same heart. So every healer is going to tell you about the same, heart chakra and crown chakra, whether it's pranic healing or Reiki. And yeah, so any questions, happy to answer. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good session. Alright, I guess everyone's really relaxed and doesn't have any questions now, which is amazing. And please remember to keep your energy, vibration, frequency high and be in the high zone. Thank you so much.